Welcome to GNN. I'm your host, Dan Rathers, and tonight we have a new story for you. Wait a moment. I'm getting reports that the election results are in. According to the pollsters, it looks like the Human Exodus and Migration Party has won. It looks like the new political rivals have beaten Black Wolf's Legion for this decade's control over the government. It looks like we have a replacement for the original Scientist Tribunal finally forming an actual political party. It looks like we may actually see humans set foot on other planets in our lifetime. Back to you, Jonathan Bixby. Hey guys, Space Marine 658 here, and I'm here to bring you the next episode in our Aurora Let's Play series. Last time we left off, the elections were happening, and it looks like we have a winner. This next 10 years looks like it's going to be ran by the Human Exodus and Migration Party, also known as HEMP. They are an expansionist party who believes that we should be interplanetary or bust. The HEMP is dedicated to the expansion of human civilization outside of Earth and advocates for dedicating research to living space as well as to making more planets suitable for human colonization. And so with that, we've got some new laws. Currently, the laws that they have added are the first one, the Retrograde First Expansion Act. This act henceforth instructs the executive branch of the government to proceed with the establishment of colonies, both automated and peopled, in the home system. At least 10% of our construction capacity should be dedicated to the production of infrastructure for colonies for the next 2 years, and beyond that if it proves necessary for our colonial ambitions. A colony ship should be designed capable of transporting at least 5,000 people to their new homes away from Earth. A transport fleet should be produced which is capable of supplying starting colonies with all of the infrastructure and resources they might need. While the exact size and specification of the fleet are left to be defined, it should be capable of serving the Technocracy's needs for the next 2 decades. A suitable planet or moon within Sol should be designed as the site of our first manned colony. The government commits itself to having colonists living there within the first 5 years of passing this act. And then we have also the Final Frontier Act. This act calls for the construction of at least one additional Los Angeles-class exploration vessel and to send them out to find other star systems. Their 4-year mission shall be to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. In order to speed up the discovery, the ship shall be instructed to jump through the newly discovered jump holes immediately upon their discovery in the first year of operation. And so with that, let me pull in the Discord. We have our new party in power, our president Retrograde Vector, and our senator Lucas Day, as the MDTP party came in close second. With this, we are now going to have to focus on these laws and make sure that we complete them, as we did with the previous Black Wolf acts. So let's get that started. Let me move this back over. So the first thing we're going to do is, because we need to start transporting people ASAP, because we got to get that colony set up, we're going to have to design a ship. Now, I did put out a vote today to see where we're going to colonize, and it looks like it has come back as being Mars. So the first place we're going to colonize is Mars. Now, in order of the way that the vote went, it looks like it was Mars, followed by Luna, and then Mercury and Venus tied for last. Whether or not I'll colonize all of these, or maybe at least, or we're starting with Mars, and then maybe we'll go to Venus and Mercury and Luna. We'll have to see, depends on the minerals there. I just want to give at least the first colony to the voters, that way we could have some more RP included in this. So let's get started on that. So to do that, first we have to start transferring infrastructure over, which I think I'm going to do by bringing back our one fleet, the freighter fleet, because currently what they are doing is going out to a very far off asteroid. In fact, yeah, they're going, it's almost out of the outermost ring, so it's getting quite far away. So it's taking them quite a long time to get there, especially with the slowness of that ship. Because it's Neptune's orbit about, so it's still got a little bit further it can probably go. But instead what I want to do is I want to bring this back and likely use this to transfer stuff back and forth to Mars, and maybe we'll come back to this asteroid at another time. So to do that, let me go in here. What we're going to do is we're going to go to our gotta go fleet, standing orders, no order. Oh yeah, wrong thing. Okay, it's got no order, no order, no order. Come in here, remove all, go back to Earth, unload all installations, refuel and resupply, and then once it gets there, send message, transport fleet ready to move infrastructure. Okay, so we're gonna set that up, and then what we're gonna do is we're going to go down to our industry tab here, and we've got a bit of unused industry, which is great because we need that. Part of the act is that we must have let's see, 10% of our construction capability producing infrastructure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and we know we're going to need a decent amount of infrastructure until we can terraform the planets. So I'm going to start out pretty high up and say let's make 1,000 infrastructure, which is probably more than we need, but I want to make sure we get quite a bit of this done, and I want to get it done as quickly as possible. Now this is going to build pretty much within a month, which is partly due because of how many factories we have and how high of a percentage we're putting towards this. We're producing quite fast, but that should be, at least for a good little while, enough to get us Mars set up. We'll probably have to build some more to make sure that it keeps enough infrastructure there to keep the people sustained for a while. And in fact, while I'm thinking about this, we are going to need some more mass drivers, but I think we've got enough for now. Mass driver, yeah, so we got 48 mass drivers. You only need one technically. I'll probably keep a few spare on Earth for more RP reasons, because you don't want to accidentally send a chunk of minerals to Earth and hit the planet. So what I might do is, instead of building some more of those, let's see, we've got some maintenance facilities which we were struggling with last time. I think we've got enough for now. I'm not seeing any issues with repairing our ships. So what I might do is go in here and build some more automated mines, because we are going to want to put some more of those around. I'm not going to build any terraforming installations currently, because I'm thinking about making a terraforming ship. That way we can move it around a bit easier than moving a bunch of installations. So yeah, let's build a few of these. Let's say we don't want that many. Let's say 100 automated mines, and we'll give them a 25%. Create, and then we're going to take 25% off of this, because that is a little fast. 1 month is a little insane, mostly just because of how much just base production we have, and we've researched a bit of build points, so that's just going to complete quite fast. Even the automated mines are only going to take 5 years to build 100 of them, which for our tech level and stuff is relatively fast. Let's look in here, make sure. Okay, yeah, we don't have any available research labs, and we've got it put to shipyards. So, alright, so this ship is going to turn around, and while that's doing that, we're going to go in here and we're going to create our first colony ship. Now, to do that, I have widened this because I realized last time I didn't have my wide view on. I was wondering why I kept having to flip back and forth. So this might be a little easier for everybody to follow along. We're going to go and create a new colony ship, new ship class. This is San Francisco, and actually I'm going to rename this class. Because I like the names that we're using, but I think they could be a little bit more interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, real quick, there we go. So one of the Discord members, Zero Silver, this is going to be the Zero Silver colony ship series, colony ship class, I guess, technically. But yeah, so there we go. We got colony ship now. Deployment time. This is a civilian ship, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, we don't need to worry about any of that. So let's go in here. So the only real big things we need, I believe, are cargo shuttle bay, because that's how you get people to and from the ship. And then we shall need some cryogenic transports. I believe the basic ones give us, let me see if it says, birth, where is it? 10,000. So for as per the Colonial Act, we have to be able to carry at least 50,000 people on this ship. So we need at least 5 of these. So that gives us 50,000 berths. And so far that's 1,400 or 14,000 tons, which is pretty big. So let me see. In our shipyards, we have so we've got pretty large open available slots for commercial, up to 100,000. Now we're probably not going to be able to colony ship that large. We're going to reserve that probably for the new fleet of cargo ships I want to build to help sustain us for the next 2 decades. But we can maybe build up to a 50,000. That seems pretty reasonable, and we've got 2 slots available. In fact, while I'm thinking about this, let's take this. Okay, we're already adding slipway there. Let's add a slipway here. I want to almost constantly be adding slipways because while it costs a lot of minerals and a lot of money, it is handy to always have more slipways than you need. So let's see. Alright, so I'm thinking we'll build it in the 50,000. We'll probably just build the 1, but we'll see. We might need more to transfer people quicker because 50,000 is a low number. So let's see. So we'll probably need a new ship engine. Now that we've got a few new techs, I believe, for engines, let's design a new one. So we are still on, I believe, nuclear pulse, or do we have improved? Yeah, so we had improved nuclear thermal engine, but we are now on nuclear pulse engine tech. And since it's civilian, we'll drop the power because we don't need it to be very fast. All these, I don't think. Okay, so this is the big one. We want it to be large because right now it's a military engine. And I think to be a commercial, it has to be at least 25. There we go. Well, we're just going to set to max anyways, just to give it lowest fuel consumption possible. Alright, so this is let's rename this, it's a commercial nuclear pulse engine. It's got an engine power of 96, don't need the .0. Fuel per hour burning of 1.42, and then its mass is a 2,000 tons, so 2K, and I believe that's all we need. Yeah, so now we just need a company name, roads and master drive systems. All right, so there we go. Make sure commercial engine. Alright, so we will we need to make sure we turn on this. So we're gonna have to copy this because I believe I have to actually design tech. We have to reopen this because sometimes it does not like you to turn on that. So we'll do that. You can pulse, and when you set the power to minimum, and the size to maximum. Alright, so that should be exact same. Yeah, 96, 1.42, 2K. Okay, so now we'll instant this. Then come over here, refresh tech. There we go. So now we have the master drive system. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this old engine, obsolete. That way it's out of the way. Alright, so let's drop one of these. That puts us at 200. 500, okay. I'd say probably about 500. Plus, it never hurts to have 2 as backup in case something happens. And we don't have to worry about maintenance supplies because it is a commercial ship, so they will do all that themselves. And then fuel storage. So this currently has a range of 166.4 billion kilometers, which that is insane. And so we're good on fuel storage, because I believe it comes with a large fuel storage. So yeah, we're good. In fact, we can probably lessen that. In fact, I might do that so that we can get a little bit more speed out of that. Let's go with a tiny fuel storage. 3 billion. Okay, so that's a little bit too small. There we go. So it's 6.7 billion. That's 146 days at full power. Actually, let's put large. so that we get that full range, and then drop another commercial engine on there. In fact, drop another 2. Yeah, so 135 billion. That's way more than we need. Let's drop it up 4 more. Sorry, just trying to balance this out. I want to give it at least 100. Yeah, so there we go. About 100 billion kilometers. 1200. That's pretty fast for a commercial. I mean, not super fast compared to what they can be, but it's relatively fast compared to our other current ships. I'm not worried about jump point, maintenance. I think that's pretty much it. So we're at 32,000 tons, and we're looking to build it in the 50-ton shipyard, I believe. So let me, wrong thing, shipyard. So yeah, we're looking to build it in 50 tons. So we've still got room. I say let's up the fuel and engine again, and drop some more. There we go. So about 150, and drop some more cryogenic transports. So let's bump it up to 100,000. Ooh, dang, can't quite reach that. Let's see if I were to drop one of the large, because I mean, we don't even need really 50 billion. 30 billion is what we have on our one survey ship, I believe. So 50 billion is ton. Here we go. Cryogenic transport. So we got 100,000. We're just over 50. Dang. Let's see. So we've got fuel large. Let's drop off the large and go to small. Yeah, it just drops it so significantly. About regular. Okay, there we go. It's 11 billion. That's a bit better. And then what if we drop off a few of these engines? So that brings it down speed-wise. So about 13 billion, and then let's do another regular fuel storage. Okay, there we go. 40 billion and 4,500, 500 tons, and then one of those. So let's add just one more engine. There we go. So we're just under the 50,000 tons. We've got 1,000 kilometers per second and 38 billion kilometers. So this should be perfect with 100,000 cryogenic bursts. That'll be more than enough to move some people. And we don't have to worry about any of this other stuff. Load time is, I believe that's 2 days, 21 hours. And since it's a colony ship, we're really not worried about load time really that much. Because, it's not going to be that big a deal. So we're going to lock this design. And let's see, can we? I believe that's actually, whoops, in the fleet building. Oop, keep clicking on the wrong buttons. Alright, there we go. Let's go to our 50,000, and we're going to retool this for the 0 silver. It is immediate and free because there is no class currently assigned. And then we're already doing slipway, right? Yeah, so we don't need to set that activity. It's already doing it. We're going to do construction to the colony fleet of the 0 silver class. We're going to select from a list of names. Let me see. We don't currently have a oh yes, let me 1 second. Alright, so currently we don't have a Secretary of Colonization, so I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna pick class theme. We've been going for, let's see, let's do Warhammer 40k, and then we'll just, oh wait, is this not give me, I guess this would be selecting the name for the specific ship. Pick a random one from here. Okay, so we'll probably do that randomly for the ships where we're only going to have a couple. And I do want to go in and for some of these ship classes give specific ones we want to draw from, the ones we're going to build a lot, like our transport fleet. So let's go here, and we're going to create task, and we're only going to create one because we're not worried about having a lot of colony ships, because right now we're just basically doing the one trip, and this will be done by the end or mid of next year, so about a year and a half. So yeah, that's not too bad. And then these New Yorks will be done here in April, and they'll be able to help move some of this infrastructure around. So let's get the timer ticking. Alright, so flagship and carinator done. So let's go sensors. Fire control speed rating, because we definitely want to have that up for our PDC ships. And let's see. Beam fire control range, active grav sensor strength. There we go. We're gonna go with this. And then we've got a little bit extra. I think I'm gonna put towards energy weapons. Let's see. Let's go for, because we're getting, let's see, we're going to 4,000 fire control speed, so we already have turret tracking of that speed, so we're not worried about that. Probably not worried about particle beams currently, or meson cannons. So let's focus on the lasers, because I know lasers are probably one of the better ones to get. Yeah. Alright. Here we go. Transport fleet is ready to move some infrastructure. So let's go see what we can get. Let's go to Earth. Have we built up some infrastructure? Yeah, so we built up quite a bit of infrastructure, 871. Yeah. So let's go grab our fleet. And then we're gonna wanna go fleet, movement orders. Oh yeah, grab this. Alright. So we're gonna go to Earth, which we're already at, and load installation. We're gonna load some infrastructure. And then we're gonna go to Mars and unload all installations, go back to Earth, refuel and resupply. And I believe with this current cargo capacity, alright, yeah, with this current capacity, we can carry about 10 pieces of infrastructure per trip. And we're probably gonna want at least 100 to start out with, and see where we want to go from there. So let's go here and do this 9 more times. Repeat orders. All right. So I'll get that moving back and forth. There we go. And now we got 2 more cargo fleet ships. Now, while I'm thinking about it, we're probably gonna want to take these ships, detach. Take this ship and put it under this fleet. We're gonna rename this. This is going to be Freighter Fleet. Red Cup 217. Alright, so we're going to take this fleet, and this is going to move some of our automated mines to Mars, since that's where we're going to go. And we're going to have people there. Well, I'll eventually put mines, regular mines, and the such, that way I can move my automated mines elsewhere. Until we get people there, it's probably handy to first just move some automated mines. So we'll go to Earth, load installation, automated mine, grab that one. So we can fit 2 automated mines on, I believe that's the entire fleet, right? Because they're each, yeah. So we can fit 2 automated mines in this fleet per trip. So we'll go to Earth and then go to Mars, unload all installations, then back to Earth, and then reload, refuel, resupply. And then we're going to do this 9 more times. Because that'll give us, well, that'll give us 20. So actually, we're gonna do this. So we want to do this a total of 50 times, because we want to get 100 automated mines on Mars. So let's that would mean we need to do this a total of 49 more times. So that'll be 50 in total. And they carry 2 each time. And then once we're done with that, we're going to want to go to Earth, which we're already at, right? Because that last one should be refuel, resupply. So load installation, mass driver, and then go to Mars, unload all installations. Now this is probably going to take 2, because we do have the space for 2, but it'll speed up how fast we send back materials, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. Go back to Earth and refuel and resupply. There we go. So that should get to work. So let's start up timer again. And it looks like science team has completed the next level of nuclear pulse engine tech. Awesome, awesome. Want to always keep that going. That way we can just get this thing knocked out of the park. So let's go to jump squadron radius, because we want to eventually be able to jump ships with a specific jump tender. And then we're going to go for the gas-cooled reactor. Alright. While I'm thinking about that, let's take a look at our fleets and go to our Los Angeles. So currently, they are, let's see, where are they moving to? Survey nearest location, moving system. Where is it? So survey location number 7, which I believe is further out here yet. So they're gonna get there pretty quickly. Let's see. There we go. So it only has 20% of its fuel left. I think since it's at the point, I think it'll finish surveying and then it'll return. Awesome. Yep. So it looks like I don't know what's going on, but some people reported a bug where sometimes these ships, when they've got standing orders, they won't actually complete them. They'll realize that they're low on fuel, but just keep going out and surveying things. So since this is out, it's going to actually come back and get some fuel back. So let's see. Yeah. All right. So let's set this back up and keep going. Slipway has been added, and we've completed the box launcher explosion chance research. So let's go to our shipyards. All right, who has completed? Okay, so it's the smallest one. We want to just keep adding slipways to here because this is going to be where we produce our facts, our just mass amount of small ships that we carry in fighters, or not fighters, carriers and stuff. So, and all right, let's go here, go to our missiles kinetic. Let's see. I would like a higher rate of fire on a Gauss cannons, but that might be a little too expensive time-wise. Yeah, because we only got 3 researchers, so let's focus on the smaller cost ones. Okay. So let's go for the next level of railgun. It's a little expensive, but it's still, yeah, I mean, 4 years is a little bad, but we'll assign the new ones here since that's 47. We're not too worried about shipyard costs operations. Alright, fire control speed and our jump radius at both completed. Awesome, awesome. Let's go here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. So this is a bonus. So what this does is allows increased tracking speeds for beam fire controls engaging missiles based on the length of target has been continually tracked by active sensor. So essentially, the longer a active sensor has been tracking a missile, the more likely you are to hit it, because I think a lot of that comes down to you're better understanding where the missile's going and what it's doing, so you can track it a little bit easier. For this, we're going to give it not the full amount because it's going to go down pretty quick. So let's say 10. That way we can move some people over to other projects. Speed fire control range. Fire control speed rating. There we go. Let's do that because that'll be pretty important to have, and we'll drop it on another 10. Let's go power propulsion, and I want to get jump drive size efficiency so we can make even better ships when that comes to time. And then let's see, let's go let's see, what do we want to do? Wouldn't be a bad idea to get some better plasma tech, but I don't know how hard we're going to focus into that because my goal is to try and focus on, let's get turret tracking speed since we're getting the sensor speed. I don't want to tech into some of the weapons too hard, while I probably will a bit because RP reasons. I think that they were significantly weaker, and there's certain playstyles that are just so OP that you can't entirely avoid them, even if you avoid them mostly, like missiles. Long-range missiles are just 100% OP. You can just volley an entire giant swarm of missiles and the AI just can't handle it. I mean, even our own ships, if we were to have a giant volley, probably wouldn't be able to handle it because it's just so overpowered currently. Not that it necessarily shouldn't be. It does make sense that they're overpowered, but I think there needs to be some kind of balancing to that. But currently, we can't avoid missiles entirely. They're just too good. So, alright. So there we go. Finish near ultraviolet lasers. So let's go for the next level of tech on lasers, assuming it's not too expensive. Yeah, just ultraviolet. So there we go. Alright, so another shipyard has a slipway added. And so let's see, this is our 10,850. Since we want to probably round this up to a decent number, let's do continue capacity. We're going to target, because we want to try to specialize each different shipyard. That way we can have like corvettes or frigates built out of one, and have battleships and destroyers built out of another, and that kind of stuff. Though we don't have to swap them around too much. I'm going to bump this up to 15,000 because that is probably the max size of ship I will want to build out here, because this is going to be sort of the heavier frigate corvette sort of way. And then up that will be destroyers, cruisers, battleships, that sort of thing. Alright, so that is complete. And let's carry on. Now let's actually take a look now that we've completed that tracking time. Let's look at our construction production. We're going to want to know mining production. This sort of increases the speed at which you can mine with automated mines, both regular and automated, I mean. So that'll be handy to get more minerals. And let's look at Mars. Now we got 56 automated mines. Let's make sure that we have our where do I do that? Mash tower, there we go. Point towards Earth. We don't have mash tower yet. Okay, so yeah, they're still just sending mines. We are starting to produce some stuff. So carbonite, marcassium, sorium. The sorium is going to be the handiest, even though it's only a 0.1. It's not going to give us a lot of sorium, but it is helpful to have, a base load of sorium coming in that will help with preventing us from going out of stock of fuel. Terraforming rate just went up. Do we want to go up again? I'm going to terraform pretty heavily because I want to make sure that we got plenty of room for people. So, and this will help with ships because the terraforming module. So yeah, let's put another one in. We're not putting a lot towards it, only 5 research labs, but I mean getting that done every 2 years is pretty handy. Alright, another slipway. Now I'm not going to worry about too much about adding too many more slipways to some of those until we know how many ships we're going to want to build. So let's go on. Alright, looks like the Los Angeles is actually running out of fuel. Which ship is that? Is it coming back to Earth? Okay, yeah, it's coming back. Okay. So that's probably why. Probably just that amount of jump time. It would have warned us here. It had 15% or whatever, but it's coming back, so I'm not too worried about it. So jump drive efficiency 6. Awesome. What do we want? Logistics? So yeah, we'll get some more logistics. And we're going to want to speed up refueling because we're going to build a large refueling system. I think this will probably be one of the better ones to help us. It's pretty cheap too, so I'll get done quite quickly. If I do it like that, yeah, there we go. So, and then let's see. This one's going to take a little while, so let's get stuck at 10, that's why. Okay. So we'll go in here. They'll get done actually at the same time, so I don't want to change that too much. Any of these that I'd want faster. Maybe the gas-cooled fast reactor. So let's pump a few more into that. There we go. We're currently still adding more to that, which is actually full. So let's move that to this, since it's got plenty of room, even though it's going to get done fast. We'll just add more research labs to that. Speaking of which, that just completed, so that might have been worthless. It's adding the new ones to the railguns, actually. Let's go to energy weapons. Alright, so now we've got the laser. We want to go microwave, laser focal size. There we go. Alright, and then we'll go laser focal size. Assign new. Alright. Oh, that's not good. It's weird that this should have come back in time. So, alright, so it looks like it's time to rescue a ship. The standing orders, we'll set no order, no order. Movement orders for the fleet. We're going to try and... Okay, so it's still going to try and Earth refuel. It's not going to make it though, I believe, because it's got no fuel, so it's going to start complaining. Yeah. So, let us... It looks like our freighter fleets might be back. So let's see if any of them are finished, or at least close. So yeah, so it looks like that freighter fleet is done, and that freighter fleet is done. Sweet. So actually both our freighter fleets are available. Let's see, can we... One second, I'm going to go see if I can take fuel to that ship. Alright, so I got my freighter fleet out there and refueled their ship. And now we're going to send the fleet back home. So let's take these guys and make sure they go back, refuel, resupply. And in fact, let me take a look. What is their main supply? 77. Okay, so yeah, we're going to also rewind their clock, be an overhaul. They've still got most of their supplies, but I just want to make sure that nothing breaks down when we send them back out, because soon they're going to have to start exploring other solar systems. And in fact, I may have to actually edit their template and add some more fuel tanks, but that shouldn't be too bad. And just retool them for that, and then essentially rebuild this, upgrade this, better fuel tanks, better engines, and that. So we're going to take our fleet and then send them back to Earth, refuel, resupply. Alright, so now we've got, let me see, where am I looking for? Okay, so now on Mars we got all of our automated mines, and I believe we've got some infrastructure now. So let's see, yeah, 100 infrastructure, and it takes 212 per million, so you can fit around 500,000 people. Supported by infrastructure for 0.47 million. So actually we can now take our first loads of colonists, and our shipyard task it looks like we should have, oh, not on Mars, our first colony ship completed. Here in a moment. Let me, yeah. So now we've got the retooling, and the ship has been built. Let me go to our fleets. There we go. Colony fleet. There we go. Detach. All right. So now it is ready to go. So let's take our fleet. Movement orders. Gonna go to Earth, and we are going to load our first colonists, which will fit 100,000 people. And then we're going to go to Mars and unload colonists. And that's actually going to happen pretty quick. Come back to Earth, refuel, and resupply. That's going to take 3 days. So let's watch this happen a little bit slower. There we go. One more day. So it's loading up the people now. 8. Alright, so there it goes. So now, so it's going to take a bit longer. That must have been just the loading time I was looking at. But it's going to get to Mars in 3 days. That's pretty freaking fast. There we go. So the retrograde has completed its orders. So let's send it back out. Standing orders. Alright, let me see. So way to say less than... Fuel less than 40%. Because I want to make sure that this guy never runs out of fuel like that again. So if your fuel is less than 40%, refuel from colony hub, supply points less than 20, resupply colony. And now you're gonna survey the next survey location. And if you don't, then I want you to survey the next 5, system body. So that's we're gonna manually jump them into other systems once it gets to be that point. Because currently we only have found Sol, we've not found any other known systems. Alright, so there we go. Let's jump forward some more time and let Mars drop off its first colonists. There we go. Now it just needs 5 more days to drop off all the colonists. Alright. So now, let me see. What did I actually just send off? So yeah, so the retrograde vector is currently getting its movement orders complete. It's currently at Earth fixing its deployment and maintenance, rewinding the clock and all that before it goes back out. But I think, yeah. So we've still got our Black Wolf standing by, and its deployment is still pretty good. Okay, just double checking everything. And we've actually got our first civilian ship. Manning Shipping Limited has started going out, which is awesome. And we've got our first people on Mars. 0.1 million population. Awesome. So let's go back to Earth. And we're actually going to make sure that, we've got some unused construction. So we're going to go infrastructure. Since I completed pretty fast, and we're going to want a decent amount of infrastructure until we get some terraforming happening. Let's just create a big batch of infrastructure. And we're going to take our fleets and we're going to combine these two fleets right here. Unfortunately, so let's grab this one and we're going to, there we go. So now we've got these full 3 ships and we're going to take them to Earth. So let's go movement orders, Earth, refuel and resupply just to make sure, and then load, installation, we're gonna go infrastructure. And with that, since they've got 75,000, they're gonna load 30 infrastructure every time. So let me do some math real quick. Alright, since we're going to want to get about 1,000 infrastructure on Mars, that way we can make sure we got plenty of room. They'll start producing their own infrastructure eventually, but for at least the beginning, we want to make sure we got plenty of infrastructure for room for growth. especially because we want to move some more colonists immediately. We're going to just carry this over, and it's going to take about 33-ish trips. So we're going to do 34 total with the extra one there, to just try and get about 1,000. It'll be a little over, but about 1,000 of that there. And we'll let that run a little bit before we start sending our colony ship again, because we want to make sure that we've got plenty of infrastructure to support the people. So, all right. So there we go. So let's turn this on and just wait a little bit. Got refueling system researched, and we're going to want to do this because normally you can't recover ships that run out of fuel. From an RP standpoint, I decided that we were going to be able to move it anyways, and that will be our way of starting to work on fuel systems and refueling systems, to make sure that we actually can build a fuel ship here soon, a fleet tender, if you will, to carry fuel to ships like that get stranded because we didn't design them properly. So, all right, let's get started again. There we go. So now the Los Angeles should head off and start looking stuff over again. Let me just pass a couple hours. It says it completed it. It might be it said it completed, but it still says it's got one more. Yeah, that's still taking a little bit, so. Alright, back on. Science team is completed active graph sensor strength, so let's go for another sensor. I like to keep my sensors up pretty high just because we can detect anything coming our way. Let's do another bonus time versus missiles. It's always handy to have more accurate shots against missiles, so. Alright, replenishment rate and ultraviolet lasers. Sweet. So now our weapons are getting pretty powerful, so we won't have to worry about too much about anyone just curb stomping us immediately when we get out there. If there is anyone out there. Let's see, let's go for range on our beam fire control. Alright, because as we're getting these better, longer range laser weapons, we want to make sure we can actually reach out with them with our beam controls, so. Alright, infrastructure has been completed Earth. I'm not going to build too much more infrastructure because that just takes too much material away, and we don't really need that much. And in fact, I'm going to change this so that way it makes it a little bit more clear when that's completed. I'm going to also add a green to that one, that way I know. And then shipyards also, but we're going to make that maybe a blue. There we go. Alright, so not to worry about slipways. Alright, so let's get making a better version of our survey ship now that we know that it's not quite up to the task, because that's our survey cruiser, correct? Just to improved, and this is our old version. Yeah, so we actually obsolete this class. Oh, can we not obsolete just classes instead of deleting it? Okay, I guess we have to delete that class. Okay. So we'll not worry about that then, I guess. So we're going to take this and we're going to upgrade it. I guess we could copy the class and then rename it here. Since this is the upgraded version, because we're not actually like going to unlock the other version, that way we don't mess things up. This is the Los Angeles Generation 2, so we'll call it Gen 2. Alright, so we're going to go in here and we're going to, since we currently have it running on the NPE engine, we've got newer engines, so we're actually going to design a new engine. I believe, whoops, wrong one. Yeah, we have improved nuclear pulse engine tech, which is quite a bit better. And what were we running on that? With an engine of power of 67 and 51. So we're burning quite a bit of fuel on those. And for it being a survey ship, we really don't need to be going that fast. So we're going to drop that a bit. Now we still don't want to keep it a military engine, so I'm going to start here, drop it down to a military. There we go. It was 24 when it turns into military. And that's a 72 EP. How much is it burning? Yeah, this is burning way less fuel. I think I just made those engines way too small for this kind of ship. For, you know, a more actual military ship, it'd be handy to have a very small engine, because they are sort of fighting, and you want to be able to move really fast. With this, we're not that worried about that. So this will be the improved nuclear pulse engine, and this is going to have a engine power of 72 with a fuel per hour of 1.37. Let's see, is there anything else to worry about? I guess size, we want it to be 1.2K, so it's a bit heavier than the previous engines. Alright, and then we'll assume that we're going to want a company. Let's do company name, Power Lamb. Alright, we're going to instant this, refresh tech. Alright, there we go. What we're going to want to do is remove these 5, and then add 5 of these Power Lamb. There we go. See what that does. Okay, so that keeps us at a decent speed. Maintenance life dropped a little bit, I believe, compared to the old one, right? Yeah, 4.32. But the speed didn't drop by too much. And the fuel, you should be able to have much better range. Yeah, almost, holy moly, 30 times the range. I believe that's what that comes out to. So yeah, the jump engine is too small, so we will have to rearrange that. In fact, we might be able to drop off an engine or two, because I'm not too worried about speed. Nope. And that'll help with the maintenance life a bit too. Well, okay, maybe the... Oh, that's right, it's built for 10K. So I would have to drop quite a bit. In fact, what I could do is drop the armor rating, because this is a survey ship. We're not going to be putting this in combat, at least not intentionally. Put one engine? No, okay. I would like to have it at least be 1,000. Just any way to cut off some. We do have a mixture of maintenance, storage, and we're back up to above 4, so we're going to drop, yeah. There we go, and we'll keep it at 4 at least. Whoops. Oh, that's fuel storage. Why am I? Maintenance, storage, and we'll go small. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly 4. And this is 4 years. Jump engine is too small. Dang it, just over. Let's drop maintenance, and then might leave maintenance. How can we shrink this a bit? One fuel storage. Yeah, because we don't quite need... Oh yeah, because now we're over 1,000 billion kilometers, so we'll drop that. So that puts us under. In fact, I might drop a few of the fuel storages. And then add one more engine. Let's see. Just over. Can we drop another? No, I don't want to lose that much. The benefit of changing this thing was that it would give us a much further range, so I'm gonna drop one of these engines. There we go. And what can we bring up to 2? Alright. Let's just drop in some very small maintenance storage bays, see what we can get it up to. In fact, actually, since that fits, let's remove all of these maintenance storage bays and then add a large. Gets us up to 3, and then what? Do another large, gets up to 5. Yeah, still leaves us room, and it'll get us over the amount we want anyways. So this will make sure that our ships can actually make that range. So yeah, we have way more range now. I think I just designed a very bad engine for this ship for what it's doing, because it's moving so much and so far. So now that we got that done, let us go back to our shipyards. Shipyards. And this is a military ship, so currently we have our survey vessels built on this. This is still good enough for the new generation of Los Angeles, so we're going to retool to the Gen 2, and it's going to take very little time at all. So it's upgrading currently to 15,000, which we're not too worried about, so we're going to change that out. We're going to retool this, and let's skip forward just some time. In fact, we're going to retroactively turn this ship into that, so let's actually go here and go no order, no order. Alright. There we go. Retooling has completed, and the SRV has completed her overhaul, so we're going to go into the shipyard. And we're going to retrofit. Wrong shipyard. So this one, refit from the Los Angeles to the Gen 2, and the retro vector, and that should be done in no time at all. Create task. We'll give it, there we go. All right, so now we got the shipyard operations time cost savings. So let's go, let's see, construction production. Is there any way we can speed up anything? You know, this will take a long time. Let's see how long it'll take exactly. Yeah, 20 years, that's quite a while, but we'll assign new here, and we're going to start on a research rate, because all these are starting to lengthen up in time, and I love to keep research rate high so we can just pump out research real quick. But our ship has now been refit, so now our Los Angeles Gen 2, we're going to take it, give it standing orders. You are going to survey the nearest survey location. If you can't find any survey locations, survey the nearest body. If fuel is less than 20%, refuel. So apply less than 20%, refuel. Alright, or resupply me. Alright. So now we should be able to send out that ship. And there it goes. Let's take a look at Mars before we go. Oh yeah, we're already starting to see some growth on here. The population is starting to grow slowly. So it looks like currently 10% growth rate. And population, yeah, we can now support 2.45 million population because we've been moving those infrastructures back and forth. So let's grab our colony fleet. And we are going to begin going to Earth, refuel, resupply, load colonists, go to Mars, unload colonists, and it'll go back. Now this will load 100,000. And we can support 2 million, so we can do this 10 times easily and have 1 million people there. So let's do that. Repeat orders, and let's start that down. Let's check, make sure that that is correct. Yeah, so it's growing constantly because we're adding more infrastructure, so yeah. And I think that's it for this episode. This is should be about 60 minutes or so. I've been trying to keep a timer going. If you guys like these longer episodes, make sure to leave a like and comment down below. As we're going forward, we're trying to include more of the RP and get more of this involved. It's starting to grow quite a bit. We've already got quite a few people in the Discord. So if you'd like to join in the RP and help make decisions with this series as it goes on, make sure to check the description down below and join the Discord. But I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.